I'm Gadiane, and I am here to report about the corporate risk management. So at the end of this video, we will be able to know the financial and operational activities that will reduce the cost associated to risk, the process, methodologies, and policies adopted carry out, and the possible steps that will help reduce the risk. So first, let us discuss what is corporate risk management. According to Stools 1996, corporate risk management is defined as a set of financial value of a company or a portfolio by reducing the costs associated to risk. So I have here my jot down notes so that I will not be able to forget what I'm saying. So let us first discuss each the risk. What is risk, the management, and the corporation? So risk, those possibilities of something bad would happen. The management, it is the process of getting things done through others with the help of some basic activities. And lastly is the corporation. It is a group of people or company. So to sum it up, this corporate risk management is somewhat it is to manage any danger or risk, or the possible risk or possible danger that the company or was exposed to. So that is the corporate risk management. So first, what are the financial and operational activities that will reduce the cost associated to risk? So let us first tackle the financial performance. So risk management for financial performance. So any risk that could negatively impact your business can be a threat, and most threat will come with financial implications. When we say financial implications, these are on how you mm, on how you deal with your financial decisions, on how you think on your financial decisions. So in this topic, this financial performance, it is important to track and analyze your financial performance to make sure that that your business will be in a good and efficient way. It is important to analyze your financial performance so that you will be able to know that your business is running efficiently or not. So it is very significant to analyze or track your financial performance. So what are we going to do so that it can be met and given attention and a solution? So we will use risk management to identify these issues and develop strategies to reduce them. So what are these strategies? So these are the trend analysis and industry benchmarking. In terms of financial performance, we will use the trend analysis and benchmarking. So trend analysis, it attempts to predict future stock price movement based on recently observed trend data. So this trend analysis, as you can see in that figure, this trend analysis will help us point any point data points over a given period of time. So as you can see in that figure, um, maybe maybe the business has its the selling is good, increasing because of its um choose choose products. Maybe its product is kind of good, so that yeah, maybe their product is good, so they get high revenue. So if you feel your selling is decreasing or increasing, you should track your you should track and um analyze your business by reviewing your financial statements. For example, if you feel your selling is decreasing, so you need to track your financial statements in the balance sheet, or in the cash flow, maybe your cash flow, maybe your income statement, and so on, your equity also. And of course, you need to you need to analyze also trend your trends as well. Identify any trends, if maybe your product is not that good, or maybe your product is not that it's not that trendy, so your selling is decreasing. Because people nowadays used to have kanang sabay sa uso-uso, that thing. So next, industry benchmarking. Measuring the performance of your business against other similar business. So this industry benchmarking is to is this industry benchmarking has two types. It is a subjective and factual. When we say factual, um these are the numbers that are compared. Factual means facts, Yudhya. When we say subjective, those are, you have subjects that you record their opinion. You have respondents. For example, you have your business, and you have respondents, then you give them some kanang questions that is compared in other you have your business and other business, you question them and compare. So that is subjective. You record its opinion, you record the opinion of your respondents. So benchmarking can help what your customer needs. Yeah, benchmarking is comparing, right? So in terms of comparing, you gain idea from your respondents. You can gain idea. So this benchmarking will help what are your customers need. You ask them what are the essentials of them, what are their basic needs, what are their uh, important needs, like that. Benchmarking also improve efficiency of your business. Yes, because um as 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 you um as you as you interview your respondents, you have idea na, so this idea will give your business efficient ideas to put it in your business. Set realistic expectation and goals for the future. Examine how you perform the rest of the market, and identify opportunities for improvement. This is also correct, because if you if you interview, you can get ideas, new ideas from your respondents. So this way, you can have opportunities from the from by interviewing your respondents, and have improvements also from your business. Next, so operational activities that will reduce the cost associated to risk. So we are now moving on to the operational activities, because we are done with the financial activities. Next, what are those operational activities? So those are the technical, schedule, financial, and environmental. So as we all know, even carefully planned business is there are even you planned your business well, you cannot kanang you cannot run into trouble, kanang dili ka maka expect that you cannot run into trouble. All business, even you carefully planned it, there are there are there are troubles that you cannot expect. Any like, no matter how well you plan your business, there is unexpected problems. So these are the operational activities. So the technical, this ensures that all the employees meet the technical requirements outlined for each project. So this technical is talking about the facilities of your company, the operation managers and all. So the role of technical operations ensure that all the employers meet the technical requirements outlined for each project. So without technical operations, the company will struggle to achieve its goals and deadlines. Example, if there are any problems in the system, so you cannot meet the requirements and also the deadlines. So that is the technical aspect. Schedule. We all know that schedule is the most important operational activities that the company has. Prescribe of when and where each operation necessary to manufacture the product and when to be performed. This is to establish times at which to begin and complete the event. So the company followed 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. schedule, and also the financial, it involves in selling its product and generate revenues. So the operating income shown on a company's financial statements is the operating profit remains after deducting operating expenses from operating revenue. So this financial aspect is more on how you sell your product, on generating revenues from your product. It talks about the money, the income by kanang by deducting all the expenses from your business. Environment refers to practices related to use of natural resources, waste, toxicity, and pollution. The environmental impact of a business operation is viewed externally and internally. So the environment in a business refers to practices. For example, in manufacturing companies, the impacts can be large and effects are generally made to reduce waste, toxicity, pollution within the manufacturing process. So we are now moving on to the process and methodologies adapted carry out. So methodologies. It is an approach to doing something with or defined set of rules, methods, task activities, deliverables, and process which typically serve to solve a specific problem. So these methodologies are the detailed instructions of steps. For example, you test something and you test you test something from your business, or you need to validate results, determine on how to improve and monitor thing that thing when you do something from your business. So that is the detailed instructions of your company. So the policies is a principle of action adopted or proposed by government. So policies are overall guidelines. They set operational boundaries for your organization to reduce the amount of risk you're exposing yourself to, such as limits on financial responsibility. So policy, of course, is a principle of action adopted or proposed by a government. So these policies are the plans or strategies on how you act on your business. These policies are more on the intentions of your business. So for example, procedures and policies are important notes to systematize your business. I have an example. I choose a company that has its policies and methodologies. I choose the land bank company, where they have their methods and policies on their company, and also to their what are their policies on what are their policies on their employees, and also to the company as well. So the Land Bank of the Philippines is a government financial institution that strikes a balance in fulfilling its social mandate if promoting countryside development while remaining financially viable. Land Bank is by far the largest formal credit institution in rural areas. So most of the this land bank is focusing on the rural areas, for the farmers. They are focusing on the farmers, the countryside, for if they give financial loans if they need loans or money. Basta they are focusing on rural areas, to the farmers, especially to the farmers. So this is the corporate policy of the Land Bank. Land Bank also commits to leverage on technology in bringing the financial and support service to its customers. Similarly, it puts high premium on the growth and development of its human resource, who are the bank's primary movers in the pursuit of its mandate and institutional goals. So the Land bank policy is here. Our people perform their roles and responsibilities honestly and effectively, continuous education, values and training programs. Our products and services provide effective financial and technical support with the widest reach, adhere to local and international standards, and remains responsive to the changing needs of our clients and stakeholders. Land Bank endeavors to incorporate a culture of excellence and professionalism in all levels of organization. Land Bank methodologies. Land Bank employees shall at all times perform official duties properly and diligently. They shall commit themselves exclusively to the business and responsibilities of their office during working hours unless otherwise properly allowed under the existing laws, rules, and regulations. So these are the performance duties needed to the land bank employees. The employees in the land bank company are expected to serve with utmost respect rights and equality of colleagues, stakeholders, and the general public, provide prompt, efficient, total, and quality service, maintain professional behavior with dedication, integrity, and loyalty, ensure judicious use of resource, property, and funds, and be mindful in the use of bank facilities, refrain from altering, falsifying, destroying, and mutilating bank records or documents, protect bank and personal information, protect bank and personal information. So lastly are what are the possible ways that will help reduce the risk? So your business can be at risk for many potential problems. So identify potential risk. You identify any risk associated with an action that is possible in certain circumstances. Your company face internal and external. As a business owner, you need to identify any possible risk that is in your business. So there are two types of risk: the internal and external risk. So internal risk includes fire hazards, computer failure, theft, and harassment. So that is in the internal risk. So in the external risk, there are computer hack, economic downturn, pandemic, and floods, and also calamities. So you need to identify all of those risks so that you will be able to reduce this risk by having actions to it, or having if you know all of these risks, then you have this, and you identify all of these risks, so you have the actions to put you have the actions to put this you have these actions so that you can reduce the possible risk. I mean, let's I will explain it again. If you know all of this internal and external risk, then you have an action to put you have to put an action to it, so that you would be able to reduce the risk on your business. Next, internal, yeah, this is what I'm talking about, the internal risk and the external risk. So these are the fire hazard, computer failure, theft, and harassment. That is in the internal aspect, while in the external, computer hack, economic downturn, pandemic, and calamities. Second, create prevention plans. You try to come up with plan to ward off each potential problem. Even if certain problems are unavoidable, you can take steps to minimize the disruption to your business. For example, if you have a plan, A, you need to also have a plan B. If your plan A does not um if your plan A does not work, try applying the plan B. So this involves creating a plan B. So you need to, if you are a business owner, you need to have a plan B, so that you will be you will not be you will not be surprised if your plan A does not work. So you need to have a plan B um to minimize risk from your business. So you need to have prevention plan. Next, meet with legal expert. One key way to reduce risk to your business is to make sure you know all the local, state, and federal laws that might affect your company. This will help you reduce the chances of government fires or employees or customer lawsuits. If you, for example, if you acquire legal expert like attorneys, they will help you choose the right insurance policies and company reporting procedures that protect you. So if you have a business, you need to have a knowledge, so that you will not be able to, like for example, you have example you will not be fraud, dili ka mauwat from towards your mga investors, like for example, towards your, if yeah, example ni towards your investors, you will know all the you will know all the laws about business that might affect your company. So you need to acquire some knowledge. You need to acquire help to those people that has a knowledge all of these things, to protect you from any risk that might go into your business. So you need to meet legal expert to reduce possible risk. So internal controls. Internal controls are process that reduce the chance of monetary theft. So internal controls are the work of internal controls is to reduce the chance of monetary theft of corresponding. So you need to set up guidelines for example, for your travel approved in advance, rather than the simply giving your reports after return from trips. So you need to ask or you need to give advance approval, rather than after nakani hatag og report sa imuha nga trip. For example, if you go to trip, then you need to give an advance approval, rather than you give reports after after on your trip. Lastly is manage your money closely. Having a budget and a rainy day fund aren't enough to protect your small business from unseen problems. So companies also use this to prevent and reduce risk or a company face. So you need to have set aside financial reserves to ease cash flow problems. So for example, if you have business, you need to have you need to have financial you have set aside money so that you will not be able to uh kanang you will not be able to have problems if ever these problems will occur. So you need to have reserve money, or financial reserves. Introduce pre-approval of actions and transactions, and review organizational performance regularly. So I will just review the possible steps that will help reduce the risk. So first is identify potential risks. So if you have a company, you need to have a knowledge or idea on what are the possible risk that will occur in your business in terms of internal risk and external risk. So if you are a business owner, you have this knowledge, the potential, I mean the internal and external risk, so that you can have idea on how to prevent or reduce this risk. So that is the first one, identify the potential risk. Second, create prevention plans. You need to you need to create your plans in order to prevent these risks from your business. Third, meet with a legal expert. If you are a if you are a um, if you are a new you know new if you have a new business and you don't have any knowledge yet about the laws on business, so you need to acquire some or meet some legal expert to this one, so that you will not be able to dali nga fraud or any negative negative thing that will affect your business. So this will start with you as a business owner. You need to know the laws of the business on how to run your business. You need to know the risk, the potential risk. So you need to meet or acquire some legal expert with this one. So the fourth step is set up internal controls. And lastly is manage your money closely. So those are the possible ways to reduce risk in your business. So that would be all, I guess. Any questions? So thank you so much for listening and also understanding my idea, or yeah. Bye.